You're listening to the Friday Review on New York's WNYX. It is July 18th, 1969. My name is Katherine Snell, filling in for Jack Schechter. Headlines today: investigation continues into last week's attempted assassination of President Richard Nixon.
The president is safe. No one was injured except for the man who entered the building.
The would-be assailant was gunned down by Secret Service in the second floor of the White House residence. He has been identified as 22-year-old George Parks. He was a corporal in the U.S. Marines and completed a tour of Vietnam late last year.
When I asked him about what had happened over there, he would get angry.
That's Parks' wife, Susan.
He wasn't the same when he came back. I knew he was mad at the president, but I never thought I'm sorry.
Press Secretary Ron Ziegler described Parks this way.
He's not the caliber of soldier we send overseas. We train our soldiers to be mentally strong. This is a disturbed young man.
Secret Service is still investigating how Parks was able to enter the White House. American soldiers have begun peacekeeping operations in Sarajevo. The aim is to push back against the Soviet forces that have already annexed Macedonia and Serbia. WNYX correspondent Natalia has sent in this report.
For many in Sarajevo, the news of the arrival of American peacekeeping forces is of little comfort. Last month, a small Bosnian resistance was easily overwhelmed by Soviet soldiers. Since then, there has been mass detention of political activists and strict enforcement of curfews. But there has also been relatively little violence. The arrival of the United States only means more fighting in the streets. The president... Soviet MiG-21s are performing targeted strikes against suspected American strongholds. The president of Yugoslavia, Josip Tito, has been missing since the second day of the Soviet occupation. Many of those remaining in the capital cities fear that by the end of the year, all 6 nations in the Yugoslav Republic will fall under Soviet control, and that American involvement will only add to the growing list of casualties. Reporting from Sarajevo for WNYX, this is Natalia.
And finally, long-time listeners of the program will know that Jack Schechter has been absent these past 7 weeks. He was a defendant before a grand jury empaneled by the Office of Independent Counsel. They found him not guilty by a vote of 12 to 5. The charges against Jack were conspiracy to commit treason and espionage. The trial investigated the alleged bribery of government officials in the Soviet Union in exchange for release of a prisoner. The court could not find evidence that such an exchange took place, although the accomplice named in the case, Australian reporter Barnaby, cannot be found. He presumably remains within the Soviet Union. Sadly, however, this will be Jack's last appearance on the Friday Review for quite some time. I've brought him into the studio to help explain. Hello, Jack.
Hi, Catherine.
What's happening? You've finally come back and now you're going away again?
Well, as relieved as I am that the grand jury trial is over, the investigation into the Soyuz landings are just beginning. I've been asked to give testimony.
The United Nations are setting up a tribunal.
Yeah, they're calling it the Council of Inquiry on Government Conspiracy in the Soviet Union.
Snappy title.
Yeah, the files showing that there was only enough oxygen to get them halfway there, and the tapes of the cosmonauts themselves are, well, they're shocking. I mean, the FCC fined me for not warning the listeners before I played them, but it's a crime against humanity. I hope that the people responsible will be brought to justice.
It's been reported that even Brezhnev will be subpoenaed to appear at the courts in The Hague.
I hope so. We're learning new information every day. A conspiracy this large couldn't occur without his knowing.
Have you heard from Jacob?
The last postcard that I got from him was 2 weeks ago. He was in Novosibirsk, which is just south of Siberia. He thinks Nikolai was taken to a gulag there.
What makes him think that?
He didn't say.
You look tired.
Thank you, I guess. I mean, I really do need a break, don't I?
No,
It's all right. I am tired.
Well, Jack, we will keep tabs on Jacob if we can.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I understand that you have one last report to file.
Yes, thank you. The not guilty verdict came on Wednesday morning. Outside the Department of Justice building in Washington, D.C., I reflected on what was a personal victory. There are no laws in the United States against the bribery of a foreign official. As odious as that is, it's the reason I'm not in prison at the moment. The scandal generated by the trial, however, will probably keep me from working in journalism again. I do carry hope that my reporting of these events will have done some good. Natalia Gromyko had returned to the United States, this time permanently with her family. They are now American citizens. She and I hadn't spoken since the embassy in Moscow. I didn't know what her feelings were on the extradition and the arrest. I didn't know what her opinion was of me. I couldn't bring myself to ask. I did want to see her, though. I went to visit her at her new job. She works now in a small windowless room in the basement of the State Department.
Oy, there is so much work to do. I don't know where to start. Oh, you see this? This is a message from Henry Kissinger. Notice his letterhead. His name is very big. He wants to go to Moscow and talk to Brezhnev, and he needs a hotel. I tell him I am not a travel agent. Book for your own embassy, the one in Moscow. He tells me it has been burned to the ground, so I tell him that is not my problem. He tells me to go myself. What do I care? I tell him the same. And then he puts Soviet nationals on the no-fly lists. It has tied up our office for days. It's a mess. Oh, bosh moi, where are my manners? Would you like some vodka?
Oh, no thank you.
It's very good. It is a gift from the Secretary of Ukraine. He has teeth like a horse and breath that enters a room before he does.
Oh, wow, that's strong.
So, what can I do for you? Misplace an important document? Revoke a visa? We have a wide range of services, both above board and below.
This is a social call.
Oh.
The grand jury decided I did not commit treason.
Yes, well, that is a relief.
Yeah. I'm in town right now for the Senate subcommittee hearings on the landing.
I have read the hearings will last a long time. You will be reporting on them?
I'm giving testimony.
A conflict of interest, no?
I'm on a leave of absence.
Ah,
Indefinite.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry that things are so busy.
Yeah, thank you.
I should go. I have to organize these papers, the transcripts, and I...
From the mission?
Yes.
When they...
Yes.
May I see them? This. It is exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah. I lost Nikolai, I lost Jacob, but I found this. At least everyone will know. I have to go.
All right. Thank you for what you did, Udachi.
Thank you.
Jack, at the embassy, I meant what I said. I have always told you the truth, as I knew it to be true.
I know you did.
I hope you find your land of righteousness. I've stopped looking for mine.
Soyuz Moskva. Soyuz Moskva.
We have ignition sequence start.
The Soyuz Files is presented by the West. The radio play was written by Spencer Devlin Howard, based on a postcard adventure by Nathan Turner and Spencer. You can see more of the Soyuz story at SoyuzFiles.com. It features the vocal talents of Kate Scott Campbell, Spencer Devlin Howard, Claire Kaplan, and Shannon Stockwell. The dramaturg was Shannon Stockwell. The Soyuz Files was recorded at Vox Studios and The Echo at the Atwater Village Theaters. We would like to extend our thanks to Chris Fields, Alex Freeman, Andre Zinka, Tunde Skovron, the archivists at NASA, and our moms and dads for helping us make this happen. And an extra special thanks to all of those who donated to Lady into Fox. The West is a multimedia storytelling collective based in Los Angeles with works on the stage, on the screen, and in your earbuds. If you'd like to see more of what we do, please visit us online at thewest.la.